Hey gang, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday in quarantine, which means that we're here. And today, the weather in town was garbage. The morning was okay, and then it rained, then there was thunder, then it snowed for a while. Didn't need the snow. That was unnecessary, but I guess that's fine. It also snowed over the weekend. We got like, I don't know, 4, 6 inches of snow. No one else in the state got, but Talon Triangle, so that's cool. So it makes the most sense that today we're gonna make mac and cheese. So I've tried a lot of mac and cheese recipes. This one I think by far is our favorite. It's the easiest. It comes from this Cook's Illustrated like Bible looking thing, which has so many recipes. There's like a really hardcore mac and cheese recipe, which this one that we're making now is going to be the stovetop version. There's a real hardcore version, which I've also made, which is quite delicious. But between 5 cups of milk and like a whole pound of cheese, that seemed excessive. So that's why we're gonna make this stovetop one. So I have my little Dutch oven here. Got some water in it. I already kind of started it to boil just because I wasn't sure how long it was going to take, but I'm going to crank the heat up to high, get it going. Today, I'm drinking a New Belgium Mural. I really struggled with this word last year. It's a agua fresca cerveza. It's very delicious. It's very light. Really great for the summer, which is, not here because it was snowing. And I'm also drinking it out of my little baby Yoda glass because, I don't know, like I said, quarantine's gotten to me. So while this is starting to boil, I'm going to shred my cheese. So it wants 12 ounces of cheese. You can do this the easy way or you can do it the hard way. The easy way was I had 2 blocks of cheese. This is white sharp cheddar. I had Monterey Jack, and I just cut 4 ounces off the Monterey Jack, and I'm just going to use this whole 8-ounce block of cheese, so I don't have 2 half blocks of cheese. I'll just have 1 half block of cheese. So I'm going to shred it. You can use pre-shredded cheese. I don't. Whoa. Son of a gun. Yeah, you can. Ooh, Jody's got mac and cheese blend. You can do that. I find sometimes with the pre-shredded cheese, it doesn't melt as well. They put something in it so it doesn't melt as well. So since I didn't go to the store, I made a grocery list for my husband. So I can put whatever I want on there, and he has no option but to buy it. So he bought me actual cheese. So while my water is coming to a boil, I shall shred my cheese. And this will be all ready to go. Honestly, you can, like I said, use whatever kind of cheese you want. You can do all Monterey Jack. You can do all cheddar. You could use pepper jack. Really, whatever kind of cheese moves you, do that. Thankfully, we had white cheddar. Otherwise, I would have mixed white Monterey Jack with orange cheddar, which would have been fine. It just would have looked weird, slightly orange, which I don't really care, but does cheese need to be orange? Like, it really doesn't. Like, that's a food coloring thing, which I'm not going to make fun of orange cheese. Like, cheddar's orange. I'm still going to eat it, but you don't need to be doing that. And let's see if I cannot grate my fingers off. That's always a good one. Let's see, what else? I also did a real deep dive today on evaporated milk, which I know is something everybody really wanted to know about. And so this recipe is a little odd that it has evaporated milk, but I've made another mac and cheese recipe, which is a pumpkin mac and cheese, which is really delicious, that has evaporated milk in it, and it turns out really well. And I think it helps not, the milk kind of doesn't separate. So if you do have evaporated milk, you just want 1 can, and you are going to shake it really well. It probably says shake well at the top of the can, to get it all swished around. So anyway, evaporated milk is actually regular milk in which they have boiled out 60% of the water. So you can reconstitute evaporated milk to become real milk. You just have to have 150% water. And then evaporated milk is technically the same as real milk. Now, why you would do that, I do not know. Also, evaporated milk and sweetened condensed milk, same thing, except sweetened condensed milk has sugar in it. That's why it's sweetened. But otherwise, same thing. I guess this was a big thing during the war efforts when they finally figured out that you could do this, because now this milk is shelf stable. So that is my spiel on condensed milk. A thing I never thought I would be Googling, but you know, we live in a weird world, so whatever. I have to wear a mask to go to a store. Whatever. We'll Google evaporated milk. So I can hear that my water's almost boiling. I also pulled out a 13x9 pan because I'm going to bake my mac and cheese real quick after it's done. So once you cook this, it's ready to go. You can eat it as is. Or if you want a little bit of a crusty, toasty top, then you can throw it under the broiler. Tessa has said that the English have been dyeing cheddar orange for 200 years. Oh, and there's a troll here. Very good. So I don't know why orange. Is that an easy color to obtain? Where would you get that? Turmeric? Would turmeric make it orange, or turmeric make it yellow? My sister-in-law dyed eggs this year with all natural food coloring, so I don't know if it made it orange or yellow, the eggs that you dyed with turmeric, because turmeric's kind of like a dark yellow, a dusty yellow, if you will. Okay, so I measured out, can't really turn this, but I can try. I'll just show you. Yeah. 8 ounces of elbows. These are small elbows. You can use whatever size elbow you want, or you can use shells. Really, any sort of tubular little pasta is fine, because you want the cheese to get in all the nooks and crannies. So this is boiling. I will take this little top off. All right. It has a precise amount for me to salt this water. I don't know why. There's probably like, ooh, this is the right amount of salt to use. I don't really care. And if I could find the salt that I opened the other day, I would use that. Don't know where I put it. Thus is my life. So I'm just gonna dump in some kosher salt, which, whatever, that's going in there. All right. Now that this water is boiling, we are going to put this pasta in, which requires, I think I would have checked this out, 6 minutes to be al dente. We want our pasta to be al dente. Don't overcook your pasta. Don't overboil it. That would be bad. So dump your pasta in. Very official-like. And you're going to stir it a few times just so it doesn't stick. Reason why I'm probably going to use a spatula, only because I'm going to use a spatula later, so why dirty two things? So the other thing I really like about this recipe is that you really only use this one pot. So once this pasta comes out, we're going to make the sauce right in here, which is perfect, because you don't need to be dirty in 2 pots. So I'm going to set an alarm. 6 minutes. Now you get to listen to me babble on for 6 minutes. This would be a good time also to shred your cheese, but if you're a slow cheese shredder, like I am, I would not wait to shred my cheese. That's why I did a little of it beforehand. But there is a few other things we can get ready while this pasta boils. We want to mix our eggs, which we're down to our last 6 eggs, which I didn't even know you could have 6 eggs in your house during quarantine time, and not quarantine. And like not be kicked out of, I don't know, the universe, I guess. Quarantine. I'm doing fine. So, you're going to mix a cup of your evaporated milk, which you shake it. I don't know. You shook it real good, and you're gonna dump a cup of that into a measuring cup, and you can leave the rest in the can and just put it to the side because that's where it lives. Then we are going to add 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. It's really whatever size egg you have. I have large eggs, so large eggs it is. Put those in there. You can open your garbage so you could just huck them behind you when you're done. Gotta get a fork so you can stir it all around. And you're also going to mix together a ½ teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of pepper. We're going to take a teaspoon of dried mustard. We're going to mix it in with some water. We're going to make like a little slurry, kind of. And really good. Usually I'm a little more prepared and I have all my stuff, but I was doing too much dancing because, like I said, I think quarantine has finally broke my brain. So while I should have been getting out all my measuring spoons and doing all the good things that you do to make it so you can cook in front of Zoom, I was dancing around my kitchen to Lizzo and singing songs to my dog. So, you know, you do you. I'm putting the ½ teaspoon in here because the full teaspoon doesn't work in this container, but I'm going to mix a teaspoon of ground mustard with a teaspoon of water. Just gonna paste. You can see it's pretty pasty. I'm not going to dump it on James's computer. That would be poor. This is like my all-purpose spatula today. Cool, man. All right. Salt, which I cannot find. So I'm just going to use my salt grinder or my pepper grinder and really just grind some salt and pepper in there. If it's not salty enough for your taste, which if you ask my mother, she'll tell you that I oversalt everything, you can always add more salt later. Yep, there she's waving. But it's okay. I just like things salty. I mean,
it was the story of our life, Sarah. Too much salt, you're gonna have high blood pressure.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, I like salt, so it's fine. I'll probably add a little salt when it's out. But if I learned anything from cooking, it's that salt and pepper the whole way. You know, you taste as you go. I mean, not at this point because you have condensed milk and raw eggs. Don't taste that. That's probably poor, but, you know, along the way. So I have a minute left on this. Giving this pasta another stir. Cool. All right. So this is all ready to go. What we're going to do once this pasta is done is we're going to drain it and we're going to put it back in the pot. And then we're going to make our cheese sauce. I told you this is easy peasy. So this makes 4 servings, which is great. It heats up really well. Although if you heat it up and it's a little stodgy, gross, stucky, Put some milk in it. It's totally fine. I somehow got like all sorts of stuff all over the screen. Whoopsies. Okay. 20 seconds left. I'm trying to think what else I did a deep dive on. Today was really just condensed evaporated milk. That was my big Google for the day. Also started watching 90 Day Fiance because my sister-in-law watches it, and I was like, well, that looks like a great waste of time. It is a great waste of time. Oh, look at that! Your pasta is done. Yes, it is done. That's the song we sing because our microwave makes a noise like you've leveled up. So we sing a song when that happens. If this wasn't getting posted on YouTube, we'd be listening to music, but YouTube gets mad about music, and it would take it away. All right, empty pot. Going back on the heat, but I'm going to turn it down to about medium, so we don't need to be burning stuff. This box is going right back in. All right, cool. Now, I'm going to add in this egg mixture, which I'm going to kind of stir it as it goes in here to get rid of any eggy lumps. Also, you want to make sure that you don't curdle your eggs. That would be poor and most assuredly not delicious. And you kind of want to also mix it up as you do it so your pasta doesn't stick to the bottom of your hot pan, which will happen. And you're going to add in 3/4 of your cheese. You can literally just take a couple handfuls, tuck it right in there. And then I'm going to give it a stir. So now comes the all-important part where we melt our cheese. Like I said, whichever cheese you want to do is fine. I'm going to get the rest of this out of here with a spatula. Gonna get a little water on my cookbook. We're just gonna toss this around. I probably didn't do 3/4 of the cheese, so I'm gonna put in a little bit more. So you're gonna give this a good stir, really get the cheese mixed in there, and it's just really gonna melt. Make sure you kind of get anything that's stuck on the bottom all scraped up. You don't need it to be sticking there. Plus, added bonus for me, actually, kind of like a thing I'm excited about. I'm not even gonna lie. So, actually first, now that our cheese has kind of melted, we're gonna add in, stream in the rest of our evaporated milk here, and stir as you do it. So it's probably about like 1/2 cup that's left in there because we took a cup to start, and now the rest is 1/2 cup, and then you're done with that. All right, now I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna put a timer on for 5 minutes. I don't know that I really need this 5-minute timer, but it's mostly so I don't just keep babbling on to. I skipped a step. There was supposed to be some butter. Guess what? Put it in now. Is that going to screw everything up? I have no idea. I have no idea. It might. It might not. Hard to say. Not really sure. I put the butter in now. Can't even read my own recipe. It's fine. So anyway, no, the real problem was I got too excited talking about my next roll. So hopefully I didn't screw this up. You know what? If I did, we have leftovers in the fridge. They'll be fine. I'm sorry if I screwed up all your dinners. You can text me later. Anyway, so the point of me going on and on was that I'm also, hopefully it will go better, doing a class, a cooking class with everyone from the CrossFit box, because the guy who runs the box was like, wouldn't you like to do a cooking class? And Sure, I mean, God help us all. So I'll be making chili on Thursday and also cornbread, and hopefully it will go a little bit better because I will read the recipe instead of just shooting in the dark like the maniac I am now. I mean, we'll see. The good news is that you can probably save this. We'll just, get some cheese sauce on our shirt that was clean. That's important. Guess I'm washing that. And then we'll be good. So it's thickening up. It's kind of bubbling. It looks pretty good. Just about halfway through. I'm gonna push this a little bit back on the heat. I think this butter oopsie will be fine. I don't think it should affect the taste, but not really 100% sure. This is why we read the recipes before we do them instead of just doing them like the maniacs that we are, or like the maniac I am, I guess I should say. I did do a cooking class last week with Jody from CrossFit, where she made an amazing chicken pot pie that we ate leftovers of yesterday, and it was still really good. My first thought was, when can I make this chicken pot pie again? Because it was really, really delicious and super easy. Although I did make too many potatoes, but it was all right because the dog was like, holy crap, potatoes for me? And I was like, you got it, pal. So he was fine with it. Anyway, moving right along. This is looking very delicious. You should notice by now that if you're kind of stirring it like I am, it's thickening up. It's definitely more together and less liquidy than it was before. Now you're looking at more like a Velveeta and less like a weird macaroni soup. I'm going to turn this heat down a little bit, and I'm going to turn the broiler on in my oven, I think. I don't really ever use the broiler, so I don't 100% know how to turn it on. I think I just hit on, and now it says high, so it should be fine. So when this is done, I'm going to bake it just like super quick to toast the breadcrumbs, which just going to use some panko. You can make your own breadcrumbs if you want to get like crazy, but I think the crazy that I'm at right now doesn't need to be making breadcrumbs. But I did learn a panko fun fact. Hat trick to my friend Kate, who just moved to Portland, Maine. Panko was made by Japanese soldiers who were trying to figure out how to make bread, and so they stuck electrodes into bread to get a bread without a crust. And that's where panko comes from, which seems like the most complicated way to make bread, but hey, it's not World War II, so I guess, do what you gotta do. But God, that seems like the most complicated way to make bread is stick electrodes into something with yeast. Hope for the best. All right, there goes my timer. So I'm going to add the rest of my cheese in here, and then give it a good stir, which I probably could have added the cheese a little bit earlier. I add the cheese now. You just want it to melt, so you can turn off your heat. This should probably be so ding dang hot that it melts pretty quickly. But you know what? If it doesn't, you're putting it in the oven and it'll sure AF melt quick then. I'm gonna spray this, whatever this is here, baking thing, 13 by 9. Mine's a little bit smaller because it's a weird Le Creuset. So I think it's like 12 by 8, but essentially that's what it is. So if you want and you're starving, you can eat this as it is right now. Totally fine. The egg's all cooked. It's fine to eat. If you want to get crazy, you can put it in a baking dish and just broil that top part. Which is what we'll do over here. I I've done it both ways. We've eaten it straight out of the pan, like the heathens we are. No, we've eaten it after I've made it. Obviously, let it cool off. Don't eat it now. Don't just calm yourself. Calm yourself. Cool yourself. Or, you know, we can bake it a little bit. So this isn't going to be a very fat cheese, if you will. It's not going to be a fat mac and cheese. It's kind of a thin layer because you didn't really make that much. So I am going to take what would be known as the dog's Parmesan cheese, because it's what we mostly put on his food. I'm going to put that on there. Why? It's always easy. And I'm going to liberally sprinkle this probably with what's left of these breadcrumbs. Mostly because there really wasn't enough to save if I didn't actually do that. And that's it. Putting it in the broiler here. Keep an eye on it. Obviously, don't burn it. It shouldn't really take that long. Probably to get it real brown, only a few minutes. And that's it. Macaroni and cheese, guys. Really simple, really easy. Easy recipe to double if you wanted to double it. And just a really delicious recipe to have. You're just like, man, I really want mac and cheese, and I don't feel like eating box mac and cheese, which I'm not knocking box mac and cheese. Box mac and cheese is amazing. I highly recommend box mac and cheese if you're in a bind. So anyway, in our house, we'll eat this. Usually a side of green beans. And that's dinner. And it's great for leftovers. And you're good to go. So that's this week. Next week, I'm thinking pot stickers, maybe. I did receive a request for pot stickers, so I think next week I'm going to try pot stickers. Never done that before. It really also depends on if I can find wonton wrappers at the store, which I think we've all been to the store and know that's a complete crapshoot. I could find wonton wrappers, or maybe I won't. So we might be changing that. But I'm thinking egg drop soup also, maybe. Because it depends on how many eggs I can find. I don't have chickens, so I know some people do. I don't. My dog would eat them. So maybe wontons and egg drop soup, but we'll check back in. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoy your mac and cheese. And that's all from me. As Jody told me I can go like and subscribe, because this is going to go on, block the light with my head. Like and subscribe. I'm still waiting on my webcam, which is at this point probably never showing up. That's all from me. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And I'll talk to you guys all next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.